All right. What's going on, everyone? Aaron here, Clean Cuts Lawn Care. It is Tuesday morning. We're back from vacation, obviously. So, man, let's talk about the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, it was the week that we weren't mowing. I would get a P0455 check engine code, a large evap leak. I started with the gas cap. It wasn't the gas cap. I went under the truck. I inspected everything. Everything looked really good, new even. Remember, I've only had the truck for a year and a half or something like that. 51, our first truck. So I traced the leak down to the purge valve, and after testing the purge valve, it was actually stuck closed. I thought it was going to be stuck open, but it was actually stuck closed, so it wasn't opening when it was supposed to be. I replaced that. I did it myself, and I decided not to reset the check engine light, and the next day it would actually reset on its own, so I knew obviously everything was good. We started mowing the following day. I had to start mowing a day early, and I mowed Sunday, I mowed Monday. Monday, after I put the trailer away, I was pulling away from the shop. Well, I got in the truck to pull away from the shop, and when I put my foot on the brake pedal went straight to the floor. I inspected everything, and the brake hose on the front passenger side had ruptured. What's crazy is that all the brake lines and hoses were pretty new, but when they installed them, before I owned the truck, for some reason, instead of putting that brake hose on the clamp that you put it on, they zip tied it, and that the zip tie actually rubbed through it and caused a hole, and then it burst. So it was going to be a fairly easy fix, even though the whole system was going to need to be bled. I didn't have the time. We were working every single day through Thursday, and then Friday morning we were leaving, and the problem is I was going to need the truck back immediately this week. So I had to take it up to the mechanic, but they were packed. I'd never seen them that full. Thankfully, they were able to get the truck in fairly quick, get it fixed. The only problem was we have an ABS light on because the sensor on the passenger side is actually cut in half, and it always has been. I bought the sensor to replace it one time. I believe on this truck it goes into the bearing, and it's a very simple fix, but the bolt that holds the sensor in on the opposite side from when it goes into this bearing is like rounded off. So I elected not to worry about it at the time. So they fixed the hose. They manually bled the system, but they could not electronically bleed the system because the ABS light was on. So the pedal is not perfect. It's fine, it's workable, I'll get used to it, but it's not what it was before. All right, that's all we need for today's job. I got some gray tarps for pulling, one blower, a couple rakes. I got to stop and fill up my 5-gallon mix. See those red trucks over there? My buddy owns a concrete company, and I just asked him if he had any gravel, and sure enough, an hour before I asked him, he had just dumped a whole load at the dump. But I guess he found a little bit to dump for me here to start building my ramp going in, because these ramps, they take forever, they fall off. There's really no way to secure them to where they won't fall off. Depending on what truck I'm using, it seems it doesn't fit the same. So I just want a ramp all the way across that will go up, so that the trailer will go up, the truck will go up, and just won't have any problems. All right, here's the front yard. Not bad. There's gates on both sides, but I think this is probably the access I'll use. I'm trying to blow everything this way, and this is the access. Here's the backyard. have a maple in the middle, and then actually two specialty trees on both sides. The maple falls first, and then the specialty trees. So two follow-ups on this job. Now, if this would have been a chain link fence, I would have started on the other side to create the gap. There we go. Now we got a bigger gap to start going. was trying to get in this backyard, but no one's answering the door and the gate is locked. All right, I'm gonna start running some piles out to lighten this up. I want to get in that backyard, but they got a lock on the gate. I knocked at the door, no one answered, so I don't know if I'll be able to get back there or not. See how heavy this is. All right, first load is out here. All right, the back is all done. You can see the leaves are falling as I'm talking. So I did 2 touch-ups back there. After I did it all, I went through the back and touched it up twice, but it's still falling like crazy. So we have 2 follow-ups scheduled on this property, and he's gonna need both of them for sure. So starting on the front now. Never gonna get all them helicopters. There's a ton of them. here's the last of it. Like I said, we have 2 follow-ups here on this property. So the backyard. All right, done with that one. It looks like we will be getting this one as a mowing service as well for next year. He did ask for snow removal, but except the 3 or 4 that we've had since year 1, you have to have a year with us as a lawn care customer, or at least most of a year, whatever, to get on our snow removal route. But I'm gonna look at my route, see. I don't know if this would really fit in. It actually would fit into 4 I have down the road. I gotta see how many I have right now. I can't go overboard, so you know, we'll kind of see how that goes. Even if he ends up not wanting to sign up for the mowing, you know, it would be a good snow removal. I gotta check my snow removal schedule when I get home. All right, real quick, I want to spend a couple minutes talking about something. Last week, prior to us going on vacation, a good friend of mine, someone who, you know, was friends with Vicky as well. We worked together for a number of years, me and this person. I might have shown him on camera a couple of times. He decided he wasn't having a very good time, and he would go ahead and end his life. Very sad, because this guy, he was a real sweetheart, a real gentle person, very soft-spoken, very caring and giving. Problem was he couldn't get clean, and he battled addiction, with a lot of different drugs, not just one. Me and Vicky did a lot to help him out, but basically what would happen was he would get clean for a while, and when he would relapse, he would stop talking to us. And once he would start talking to us again, he would always tell us it's because he was embarrassed. And even though we both told him, dude, I don't know what you're embarrassed about. If me and her counted our failures up together, we couldn't come up with a number. But he would get embarrassed and ashamed. I know that feeling. And we wouldn't hear from him for months on end. And this time I didn't hear from him for a year. And what's crazy is about 2 weeks before this happened, Vicky was asking me, you know, do I know what's going on with him? Do I know where he is? And I said, no. I said, it's been too long since I've heard from him, and I was very concerned. And I shouldn't have said it, but I said, man, this guy's gonna end up dead. And about a week later, he would shoot himself. And I didn't say it like in a mean way. It was more of a concerning, like, man, you know, this guy's gonna end up dead. And sure enough, you know, he would use a gun. I don't even know where he got a gun from. He didn't have a gun, and he would kill himself. But a really great guy. A story I'll tell you is when we started our business, obviously you guys know we started it out of a car, and the car had sat, it was our second car, and it sat for a year, and we had to put a lot of money into it to get it, you know, on the road, like $2,500. And when the mechanic called with the final number, because it was more repairs than I could handle, Shane, oh, now you know his name, he was right there next to me. When he heard the number, he took a few $100s out of his pocket and gave it to me. And he goes, here, put this towards your vehicle. We had the money. I did not need the money. I tried giving it back. He would not take the money back. He said, no, you're my friend. You have to get this business going. I want you to have this money. We made sure he got the money back different ways. What's so funny about him, every morning for breakfast, he ate 2 pieces of pizza, 2 or 3 bottles of Mountain Dew, 2 donuts, and 2 bags of candy, like I don't know, like gummy worms and Sour Kids, or I don't know. I don't eat candy, but Sour Patch Kids, yeah, Sour Patch Kids. And he was only like 100 and some odd pounds. He couldn't gain weight. But when he would get sober, he would gain weight. So a real shame, real shame what happened there. He was, like I said, he was a really great guy, and you know, all them years we spent working together. I got a really cool picture of me and him. It was actually sent to me, a picture he took. So yeah, I'll definitely miss him, and I just wanted to shout him out. And I don't agree with what he did, but I know what he was going through. I could have handled it better if he overdosed. That might sound mean, but I could have handled it better, because it really kind of tortures me to wonder mentally what he was going through and how long that had been going on, you know, that it got so bad that he chose this route. So I don't know. All right, I got everything set up for the rest of the week. The truck sidewalls are on. I still have a little bit of debris in here. That's fine though. One of my covering tarps is under here. The trailer sidewalls are on. Now, when I used to just have plywood on the bottom of the trailer, as opposed to the floor I later installed, the pieces of wood that would hold the mower tires in place, they were actually set to where I could leave those on and put the sidewalls on. But whenever I redid those boards for the flooring, I guess I never really thought about it, and I didn't cut them short enough to where the walls would fit in between that wood and, you know, the side. So I did have to take those off temporarily, but that's fine. It took me a while. Putting these walls on, it's a little bit of a hassle, but that's fine. I also got this ramp built, at least temporarily. I'm gonna get more and bring it out a little bit more, but it's working right now. I'm able just to back it up and pull it out. I just go very slow coming down that little bit of a drop right there. I'm gonna bring that trimmer with me tomorrow, because if the leaves are in fact nice and dry, as I'm putting them in the trailer or truck, I'm gonna chop them up the best I can. So that's it for the day. I ended up putting 2 more cleanups on this week's schedule, so it's gonna definitely be a long week, but what are you gonna do, you know? We just have to get it done. Got to bring another blower tomorrow. I'm gonna bring the 5-gallon mix instead of just filling up that 2.5. Make sure we have everything we need. So we have 1 big one tomorrow, 2 medium ones on Thursday, and 2 big ones on Friday. I really can't put another one in for tomorrow that's from the rest of this week. I could put a different one in, and maybe I will try, but we'll have to call some people and see how that works out. So, alright guys, if you liked the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, let me know everything I'm doing wrong, and keep the edges clean, boys. I'm out.